Zion, this chant is from your native tradition, the Hebrew tradition, and it's the Sabbath song. And Sabbath, whether it's Sunday or Saturday, in Judaism Saturday, Christianity took it to Sunday, but Sabbath means there's an island in time. Sabbath is a palace in time. It's not about space, it's about time. It's about creating the sacred in time. And Sabbath can never be destroyed. You create sacred time. It's the ability to actually define the quality of time through creating sacred time. In many, many great world systems, there's sacred space. There's the holy place. And the holy place is a place where there's particular access, right, to the divine. The divine is everywhere. Every place is a holy place. And yet there are particular places, portals, where you can find your way in, access points. Yellowstone National Park is a holy place. It's an access point. In the same way, there are moments in time where you can find your way in to the creation and the revealing of the sacred quality of that space. And that's Sabbath. And more than you keep the Sabbath, because there are rituals and teachings and practices that you use and deploy, which is called keeping the Sabbath. But more than you keep the Sabbath keeps you. It keeps you holding divinity. And every 7 days, in the original Hebrew tradition, the seventh day is Sabbath. And Sabbath literally means shvita, which is a cessation, a meditation. So it's a 24-hour meditation. But it's not in silence. It's eating, it's drinking, it's conversation, right? It's, in the original tradition, prayer, it's study, it's walking in nature. But it's not engaging in the external manipulation of nature. It's not making moves, right? It's living the infinity of the moment, the depth of the time. Time, the word time in Hebrew, zman, is an invitation. In Sabbath, you learn to respond to the invitation of time, because every moment has its own invitation. Every moment has its own beckoning, its own call, its own depth. And Sabbath is the place where you train, right, to be able to respond to the infinity of the moment. You free yourself of the tyranny of space, the tyrannies of technology, right, the tyrannies of all the egoic graspings. And you enter into the palace in time, which is Sabbath. And so this is a song written by the ancient master, David, father of Solomon. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, a song to the great invitation of time, the invitation of Sabbath. Tov l'hodot l'Adonai, it's good to be in wonderment at all of creation, at the divine. U'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, and to sing to the divine name that lives in all that is, and in everything that is, and in every one that is, was, and will be. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Tov l'hodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ve'emunatcha baleilot. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ve'emunatcha baleilot. And the second part, lehagid baboker chazdecha, in the morning, when we're fresh and alive and filled with energy, right? We sing of the infinite divine love. And at night, ve'emunatcha baleilot, and at night when we're broken, when we feel betrayed, we find the place of trust, which leads us home. The word emunah in Hebrew is usually translated as faith, but the source of the word Zion is omen, the nursing mother. To know that I'm always nursing at the breast of God. To know, as Isaac the blind said the great teacher in the 13th century, the great Kabbalist. We know God derech yanika, by sucking at the divine breast. And as God is called El Shaddai, the God who is the breast, the source of all nourishment and all life. We know God derech yanika, by sucking, direct, unmediated, the tasting of divinity. You don't know God only cognitively, God in the third person, not only in the bliss that lives in you. You know God by tasting the divine. Thomas of Aquinas, the great Christian teacher, loved the verse of King David. He said it was the verse which was the essence of all mysticism. Tamu ur'u ki tov Adonai. Taste and see that God is good. And you, Zion, are born to a family, to a lineage of evolutionary mysticism. That's what your lineage is, Kabbalah. It's to know the goodness of the divine that lives in you, and that it's your obligation and invitation to unfold in the unique way you can, through your deed, a unique fulfillment of God's need, the need of all that is. That God needs your service, that the taste that you bring to the world is utterly unique. And that's the teaching. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, say tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. And so it is.